into the tens of millions.
Welcome back to part 2.
And we've got some of our bison here. Going to be on the left-hand side of the bus.
Part 3 actually, this is part 3.
Yep, and then when we come around the corner as well, there'll be a few more up here on the right as well. So they're a very large animal. Their big males can get to around about 1,000 kilograms, which would be about the same as your family SUV car. Having a bit of a play in his water trough. You'll see they're looking a bit ragged. They're still rubbing off their winter coat on their shoulders. They'll rub that off on trees and fence posts, and they'll get to a velvety new coat growing underneath. They've got those really big heads, neck, shoulders and horns, and they'll use all of those to shovel snow to get to new grasses and lichens underneath. Oh, there's a good itch there. As I mentioned, they did get to the numbers into the tens of millions, but with European settlement, their numbers started to drastically reduce. Diseases were brought in, habitats were cleared, but they were also hunted for their meat and skins, until it got down that there was only around about 1,000 left in the wild. The government of the day then decided to start up a national park, and Yellowstone National Park was the first one. And even as recently as President Obama's term in office, he declared them America's national mammal, which will ensure their future. So we're going to have some more bison just resting here up on the right hand side of the bus. A nice close look, but if you have a look out there lying down, here's our newest addition, around about 3 months old, a little baby girl bison. When she was born, she was a very light chestnut colour, a reddy gold colour. Getting up, but I'll ask one of the keepers next time I see them. They do have very poor eyesight, as I mentioned, but they have a really good sense of smell. They can smell water up to 7 kilometres away. So when the new settlers came to America and they didn't know where the water was, they soon learned just to follow the bison herd, and then eventually they would find water. So it was just a way that the animals were actually helping the humans. They are also farmed in North America now, and although that sounds not too good, in a strange way it actually does help their survival, because the farmers are making sure that there are sustainable numbers and sustainable farming, and that will allow that there is always good strong breeding herds and lines to be able to cater for both the wild and for the farming projects. Has anyone heard of the buffalo burger? That's where they come from. Americans call them buffalo, but their correct name is bison. Any land that you see that is open and cleared, that was cleared for farming. It wasn't ever cleared by anyone from Zoos SA, and we are working to maintain the natural habitat and bushland. So we have a group of volunteers called the Mallee Minders who will come out and they'll collect seeds, propagate plants and plant them, and also weed areas to make sure that the bush is maintained to the indigenous types of different plants in this area. As we go around the corner, and on the right hand side you're going to see our herd of Chapman zebra. And these zebras are a bit unusual in that they actually have 3 stripes. They have a black stripe and a white stripe and a shadow stripe in between on their rumps. So if you have a look, and you can see the shadow stripe. Each animal has a unique pattern on its rump, and when a baby is born it will imprint on the pattern of its mother's rump, and that way he or she will know which animal to follow whenever the herd is migrating. Just up here on the right hand side we've got our Zen solar panels, and we've got 3 large panels, each of 60 smaller panels, and these could actually power around 12 to 13 domestic homes. They could also provide around about a third of Manato's power, but the power doesn't go back into the grid, so some of the power in your home might be being provided by us. It's just a way that we will continue to make sure that we tread lightly on the earth as well. That's our black rhino's mud wallow, full of lovely Manato mud in the water. He loves getting in there on a hot day in particular and having a good roll. It acts like a sunscreen on their skin, but also helps to protect it from biting insects. So it's a very nice spot. I know a few kids that like getting in an old mud wallow as well. So we're on the lookout for a black rhino. Manato is one of only 2 zoos in Australia to have black rhinos, and we've got 2 males. But they are solitary animals in the wild, so we only ever have 1 on exhibit at any given time. So don't feel sorry for him and think he's lonely. This is how he likes to live. And here he is there on the right hand side of the bus. And you can see he's got that caked mud on his back. Really flick of the tail. He's also around about 1,000 kilograms, so pretty similar to our big bison. And a little bit hard to see on the angle we're at the moment, but he has a bit of a pointier shaped mouth. Technical terms called prehensile, because it actually works like fingers. He will graze and be able to pick leaves out of a tree, which will be different to the southern white rhino we'll see a bit later, which has a squarer mouth. And the white rhinos will graze on the ground. These guys will eat out of the trees. So a little bit different. He's also about half the size of a southern white rhino. They are hunted for their horn. In some cultures it was thought that the horn had medicinal properties, but it has been scientifically tested and proven to be something called same as our hair and fingernails.
Go to part 4 and you'll see the rest.
And